Hi, I'm Tony Vicich from mystudio.net, and I'm here today with pastor, author, and evangelist Curtis Frisby. Curtis, how are you?
I'm doing good, man.
Thank you so much for coming by.
No problem.
Curtis has written a great book entitled The True Story of Neil Frisby. It's the story of your father.
The story of my father, as well as a testimony about both my kidneys failed in 2005. They thought I was going to die, and God gave me a miracle. But it really kind of goes back before he was saved, the alcoholism. He was in institutions, and how he just surrendered his life to the Lord, and immediately he never picked up another drink again, never picked up another a drug again, and he had a very rough life.
You know, I've actually read the book, and there's two stories that really stand out to me. Okay. And the first one, it shows his two different lives.
Yeah.
The one where he actually drove a car off a bridge and told the cops.
Well, actually, he didn't. What it was, he was so drunk in a bar that a guy that was drinking with him, which he didn't even know, said, "I better drive because you're more drunker than I am." Now, my dad said, "Yeah, that's a good idea." So he drove the car. When he got to a bridge in where I was born in California, there's a bridge to go over towards the house out of the city. And the guy somehow managed to drive that up on the bridge's thing and drove through the railing, and the car was teetering, and they just jumped out. The guy went one way and he went the other way, and of course everybody knew whose car it was because we only got 1,500 people in the city, and you're the town barber. Everybody knows you. So they knocked on the door, and
you know
it was him.
What's amazing is you read that story about your father, and then you jump ahead a little bit, and there's actually the story of how he decided where to build the church he's built here in Arizona, where he's driving. He told your mother, "I'm following that star." Is that true?
Yeah, it was. We were living in Scottsdale. I mean, there's so much to the story, but I'll make it quick. He was living in Scottsdale. He was come back actually from a revival meeting, pulled out the side of the road, been through some hard times, and he just went out and walked out in the desert. Just left the car, walked out in the desert in Albuquerque, prayed, came back to the car. My mom said, "Well, what are we doing?" He goes, "Well, we're selling everything in California. We're moving to Arizona. I'm not to travel or preach anymore for 4 years. We're just going to do whatever God tells me," which that's how his writing career started. He wrote 80 books, and it goes on and on and on.
My goodness.
And so one night, the Lord said, "You're going to build your headquarters here in Arizona." Well, they were living at McDowell, the old Scottsdale. Ended up driving what we know as Pima, which was just 2 lanes. There was nothing here.
Now, Pima is now the 101.
Yeah, and it went right to the end, and you could go left or you could go right. If he would have went right, he'd end up in Fountain Hills. The Spirit of the Lord told him to go left, so he went left. He got the Tatum and Shea. He did this 3 nights in a row. On the 3rd night, they finally decided to cross the dirt road, which was Tatum. On the 3rd night, they crossed it. He said, "Stop." He said, "This is where I'm going to build my headquarters." She knew nothing about what he was talking about.
Talk about the church, because it's an incredible church, a landmark in Phoenix, a landmark in Arizona.
Yeah, about 15 years ago, the state made it a landmark. It's built like a pyramid. If you've ever been down Tatum and Shea, you know it. It was the first building actually built anywhere in that area. For 5 square miles, there was nothing. Seats several thousand, and we did our national television broadcast from there. It's also where our national mailing goes out from there. And he preached. He never went on another crusade again. I travel and go different places, but he never left the state again. He started holding crusades, and everybody was coming to him.
Now, you and your father both were on television here. You still are on television.
Yeah, some of the stuff I'm doing on television, but I mean, he was on NBC and ABC for years, nationally.
And nationally he was on, and of course, especially here in Arizona.
Yeah.
Everybody I know who's been a longtime Arizona residents remembers your father, remembers his shows and all the good work that he did here in this state.
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah.
He passed away about just a little over 3 years ago, and I was always working with him. You know, I played by B3 Hammond. I had my own band, and we were, everything from regular spiritual hymns to rock and roll. So, and then I became assistant pastor when God called me that at 20 years old, and I started preaching.
Well, that's incredible. I mean, this book not only covers, and I've read it, and it's a great read. And if you're looking for something inspirational and a quick read, and something that sometime I picked it up and you could just flip through it and you'll find a page and find something that is going to carry you through the day. You want to pick up this book, The True Story of Neil Frisby. It also covers your life.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in another interview.
Okay.
Let's tell folks where they can get the book.
They can get the book at my website, www.curtisvfrisbyministries.com, or just come here to mystudio.net and ask for it. And if you got prayer requests, send them and I'll pray for you. I believe in prayer because I'd be dead without prayer. I was supposed to die in 2005.
And you know what? And we all would, but you're living proof of it.
Thank you.
For mystudio.net, I am Tony Vicich. Thank you very much. I'm here with Curtis Frisby, and we will speak with you soon.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome, buddy. Yeah,
No problem.
yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.